In early 2020, British jump jockey Jacob Pritchard Webb relocated to France in search of more opportunities in the saddle. But in June last year, the 24-year-old suffered what was to be a career-ending fall at Auteuil. Now back in the UK and rehabilitating at Oaksey House in Lambourne, I've come to meet the young man and find out more about his story.
I'm working with Hobbs Rehabilitation. They focus with people who have had strokes and spinal cord injuries like myself, and their focus is all about getting the stuff that isn't working to try and work again.
Tell us your story, how you started, where you were brought up, how you got into horses.
My grandparents used to do harness racing, so from the age of 11 was thrown on a pony. No lessons, just start trotting, cantering. We used to train them in the saddle and gallop them up on the common, basically. And from there, started harness racing. I started doing the racing at 14 in juniors. I did that for 5 years, and I was quite small, and I had something like 43 winners at that or something. And they said, oh, you know, you're small, why don't you be a jockey? And from the age of 16, that was all I ever wanted to be. I went to Hartbury after school and rode out at a couple of yards to keep ticking over, and did a little stint with David Bridgewater, and then I moved to Fergles then and was there for 2 years. During my time there, I did my 2 months summer out in France, and I loved that.
Tell us about that then. So you were with Emmanuel Clayeux, were you?
Yeah, if Emmanuel wasn't using me, I actually picked up a lot of spares from Bert on Lefevre, and I actually ended up riding 5 winners for him in the total course of it all. And then, unfortunately, it was his horse that I fell off at Auteuil.
Do you remember anything about the fall?
Yeah, everything, yeah.
And did you know immediately it was a very serious injury?
Yeah, because as I rolled, as I was rolling, I lost the sensation, I lost the feeling here down as I rolled.
Immediately you knew?
Immediately, yeah, and the pain in my back was like someone had, well, it felt like someone was poking something directly into T4, which is obviously the vertebrae that was badly broken, and it was like they were pushing my chest outwards. And I think my arms were out here. It felt like my arms were out here, and it felt like my legs were in the air. Because as I was rolling and I lost the feeling, you get what's called a phantom sensation. And my brain was telling me that my legs are still in the air. And I've watched the fall back, and actually I'm starfish on the ground. But I had this sensation that my legs were in the air, which is really bizarre. And I told the guys when they came to see me, I've broken my back, my legs are in the air, and they just looked around like, this lad's not right. And I remember one guy saying, I've put your legs down, can you feel that? And I was like, no, they're still in the air. So it was it's a good thing I could speak a bit of French, because half of it was French, half of it was English. But you know, I remember everything.
And it makes you appreciate someone like myself that was a jockey for the length of time that I was, that, you know, say the price that they pay is the ultimate, you know, and they've great minds, great mindset, great work ethics. They try and make the most of what's happened.
A lot of people say, oh, you're inspirational. I don't believe that. I don't think this is inspirational, because, you know, you have to do it. I have to do this in some way. But actually, for me, looking back, what I achieved riding, for me, is more inspirational, because there were so many down days, there were so many closed doors or not missed opportunities. Well, yeah, I did, I suppose, in the races, missed opportunities. And I didn't give up. And then it took to move to another country, learn another language, and another style of riding in a way, because you can't be as aggressive, to then actually get somewhere. And that, for me, I feel it is more of an achievement.